the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper doorposts of the house, wherein they shall eat it.
This is what we had to do. If they didn't do this, guess what? The firstborn of every household would die. They're talking about cattle and everything. It's the token of the covenant. Jump down to verse 12. Go ahead.
For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord.
Go ahead.
And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where you are.
He said the blood shall be a token. What is that? Meaning that he got to see it. So he won't go in and tell the angel to kill your firstborn. Your firstborn, your child, the firstborn of your animal. He has to see it. He didn't care if it was all Israelites in there. If you didn't have that blood on your doorpost in your household, you was killed. The firstborn of your first child was killed. He wanted to see the token of the blood. Just like he wanted to see the token of circumcision. Just like he wanted to see the token of the Sabbath day. Just like he wanted to see the token of the dietary law. All these things mean something. If you don't see them, you're a sheep for slaughter. They're going to kill you. God's going to kill you at the end. Go ahead.
And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you.
This is
when
why
I
he
smite all
called
enemies.
it the Passover. They passing over you. He didn't kill nobody in your household because you had the blood. We keeping it. Jump down to verse 43. This is what it's all about. If you don't know this, you're pretty much out there in the sea without a pedal. And you know you're in the sea without a pedal, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't got no engine. You don't have nothing to power you. This covenant is the only thing that God sees with us. The only thing. He's trying to see if you're doing it. He's trying to see if you're doing it. He don't care if you're an Israelite. He told us that, hey, the people that's supposed to have the kingdom, they're going to be on the outside looking in. The other nation going to be in there before our people get in there. A lot of them. Why? Because our people so hard-headed, stiff-necked. We see it so many times in this book. They don't take all that. Okay. I'm doing my job. I'm just telling you. Go ahead. Verse 43.
And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover, that shall no stranger eat thereof.
See, this is the thing about it. Even he got orders for the strangers, meaning that the other nations, the white folks, if you want to per se, the Africans, all the people like that, if they come under the bond of the covenant, they can have the inheritance too. But if they don't know this, because they don't know this because we ain't preaching. This is what God wants us to do. Read and understand what he's looking for. Go ahead.
But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof.
This is the only time you can eat of the Passover. You got to be circumcised. That's on y'all about the circumcision. I told you. I ain't going to be pulling out your pants saying you circumcised. Folks think, hey man, I ain't going to be doing, no. It's on you. You're going to be eating it in vain. Jump down to verse 48. This for everybody. Go ahead.
And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised. And then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land. For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof.
He said, all the strangers. You can't even take the Passover if you ain't circumcised. You can't. He said, even the strangers, they come in, they circumcised, hey, they can keep it. It means something. It's a token. Go ahead.
One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you.
So you show people that it's one law. It ain't a law for the Gentiles and the Jews. As they say, this what the Jews do. We Christian now. No, he said one law for the stranger, which is for the stranger and the homeborn, which is Israel. All of us got the same law. We under the same covenant. We are the children of the covenant if we follow it. If we don't follow it, we ain't the children of one person. That's Satan. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and 1 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 7. We got to understand this. It's still working today. That covenant is still binding today. Of the Passover. Jesus just replaced that lamb with his body. You still got to keep it. 1 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 7. When we keep the Passover day, we let God know, hey, we understand. We understand what he told. He said, that's my child. He's a child of my covenant. We keep the Sabbath, we keep the dietary law, they're my children. I'm riding with them. And you want that. I want that. If you don't want it, something wrong with you. Verse 7, go ahead.
Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Christ our Passover was sacrificed for us.
So he said, purge out the old leaven. I mean, purge out the sin. That's all leaven is, sin. That you may be unleavened. Get the sin out so you won't have sin in you. And the way the way you understand sin is you read. You understand what is in the law. What is the fine print? How are I supposed to do it? That's how you purge it out. You read it. But if you ain't reading, you won't have a good time in church, jump around and catch the Holy Ghost. That's all you're catching is a feel good time. He said, Christ is our Passover. And he was sacrificed for us. He replaced that lamb. You still got to do the same thing. Still binding. Let's go back to Genesis chapter 17 and verse 15. We want to be the children of the covenant. Let's look a little deeper in Abraham and his family. And most of all, God don't care about kinfolk. People think because you can that you're going to be all right. I'm going to just bring you under me. And then I'm going to cover you. No. Believe if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you can't cover nobody. You can be the holiest person in there, but if they ain't doing what they're supposed to do, they out there without an umbrella in the rain. This is what God wants to understand about covenant, covenant, covenant. He only recognized covenant children, covenant people. Genesis 17 and verse 15. Let's understand a little more about Abraham. Go ahead.
And God said unto Abraham, as for Sarah, thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall her name be.
Because Sarah was going to have children. Sarah meaning the bearer of children. Without children, she would just Sarai. They're like Abram. He was just Abram. Without children, he was Abram. But with children, he was Abraham. Go ahead.
And I will bless her, and give thee a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings of people shall be of her.
Yes, sir.
Then Abraham fell upon his face and laughed, and said in his heart.
You see what it's saying here? God telling them at almost 100 years old, you're going to have a kid. And he does the impossible that for some people, and they laugh. Like, man, I'm 90, I'm almost 100, my wife, we're going to have a kid. Come on, Lord. Go ahead, this is what they say here. Read that over 17.
Then Abraham fell upon his face and laughed, and said in his heart, shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old? And shall Sarah that is 90 years old bear?
Understand what he said in his heart. He didn't utter it out of his mouth. God looking in that mind. That's why I tell y'all, what you say out your mouth is also, but he's also looking at the deeper part. What's in your brain? He said he laughed in his heart. He laughed in his mind. God see everything. Go ahead, this is what he said here. What do Abraham say?
And Abraham said unto God, oh, that Ishmael might live before thee.
He said, no, God, you know what? I'm too old to have another kid like Ishmael. I had a kid already with Hagar. He said, no. The promise or the heritage is going to go through you and Sarah, not another woman, which is Hagar. Go ahead.
And God said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac.
Yes,
And
sir.
I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him.
How long is everlasting? Forever. This covenant is very important. He said, between Sarah and Abraham, this is the covenant I'm going to establish with you. That's why we always say we give praise to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Those are the bearers of the covenants. Go ahead.
And for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation.
See, God, he didn't forget about Ishmael. Ishmael didn't have nothing to do with that. That between Abraham and his wife and that lady. He said, look, that's still his child. Still his child. Ishmael still, the Arab still our brother. But the covenant got to go through the promised seed, which is Abraham and Sarah and Isaac. Got to. He said, I'm going to reward him. That's why the Arabs so rich over there. That's why they got all that oil. That's why they got all that stuff. Because he rewarded them, because he still looked at him like, he's still Abraham's child, but he wasn't in the covenant. Go ahead, brother.
21. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time in the next year.
See, he's going to bear it. They're going to bear it. Let's go to Genesis 21 and verse 1. We're still looking deep off in there what entails in this covenant. Genesis 21 verse 1. This is our family history. If you don't know this, I can go and lean on you to teach somebody something. I don't know, just come to class, bro. No, this is a nation of priests. Y'all supposed to start it off. Teach somebody. Genesis 21 verse 1. Still looking into this covenant. Because God don't deal with covenant people. Go ahead.
And the Lord visited Sarah as he had said, and the Lord did unto Sarah as he had spoken.
The Lord is not going to lie about what he said he's going to do. He told Abraham and Sarah, y'all going to have a kid. I don't care how old you are. You're going to have one. That's why Isaac. Go ahead.
For Sarah conceived and bare Abraham a son in his old age, at the set time of which God had spoken to him.
Yes, sir.
And Abraham called the name of his son that was born unto him, whom Sarah bare to him, Isaac.
Yes, sir. This is Isaac, his son. But Abraham had to do something to Isaac. Go ahead.
And Abraham circumcised his son Isaac, being 8 days old, as God had commanded him.
He followed the covenant. He circumcised. You got to have that. Jump down to verse 8. Go ahead.
And the child grew and was weaned, and Abraham made a great feast the same day that Isaac was weaned.
Yes, sir.
And
but the thing is, the child grew, and then Sarah gonna feel some type of way now. She gonna feel a little power now since she had a kid. Go ahead.
And Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Egyptian, which she had borne unto Abraham, mocking. Wherefore she said unto Abraham, cast out this bondwoman and her son, for the son, of this bondwoman shall not be heir with my son, even with Isaac.
See what she said? Cast his bondwoman son out. You the one told him to do it. You the one told him to do it. So you just can't, one thing, this is a quick mental note for people who get married to folks who got kids. You can't take it out on the kid didn't do nothing. Don't treat them kids differently because they got a different mama or a different daddy. This is what it is right here. You agreed upon, you came into a covenant with that husband and wife, this came along with it. Some children. You can't treat them no different. But these two women were going at it. Hagar started in the beginning because she said, look, I gave him a kid, you gave him that. Now Sarah had a kid like, get this joke out of here, I don't need him no more. You can't be like that. But God didn't honor that. He honored just casting away Ishmael. He gave him something. He gave him he gave him 12 princes. Go ahead, where we at now? Verse 10?
Verse 11.
Verse 11, go ahead.
And the thing was very grievous in Abraham's sight because of his son.
Very grievous. Like, man, he didn't want this to go down. They all bickering like that. It's still his son. Ishmael's still his son. But he's just not the son of the promise. Go ahead.
And God said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy sight because of the lad, and because of thy bondswoman. In all that Sarah has said unto thee, hearken unto her voice, for in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
He said, make peace, basically, Abraham. Go ahead and let him go. But Isaac is going to be your seed. Go ahead.
And also of the son of the bondswoman will I make a nation, because he is thy seed.
He's still helping. Still helping. But I want to make sure you understand this, Ray. If you ain't in the bond of the covenant, God do not see you as a child of his. Genesis chapter 22 and verse 1. Let me show y'all something here. Let me show y'all how God don't respect family. Because he's your blood. He only respects covenant. Verse 1, go ahead.
And it came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abraham and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, behold, here I am. And he said, take now thy son, thine only son, Isaac.
Wait a minute. Ishmael ain't dead. Why did he say take thy only son? Because he's the son of the covenant. He wasn't in it. Go ahead.
And he said, take now thy son, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee of.
God finna put Abraham through a test. He said, take your son up to this mountain. We got to deal with him. Jump down to verse 9. Go ahead. Let's see what he told Abraham to do to his son. Go ahead.
And they came to the place which God had told him of. And Abraham built an altar there, and laid the wood in order, and bound Isaac his son, and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand, and took the knife to slay his son.
Isaac said, what in the world going on right here? He put his son on the altar and bind it, and he had a knife up there to kill him. Because God told him, take your son up there to this altar and lay him on the altar to sacrifice for him. Sacrifice. God had to see something in Abraham, just like he sees something in us. When you respect your kid more than you respect this book, God ain't got no use for you. When you respect Papa, Mama, Grandma, all them people, more than you respect this book, God ain't got no use for you. None. And God's showing you through Abraham. Abraham finna kill this joker. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And the angel of the Lord called unto him out of heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, here am I. And he said, lay not thine hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest God.
Wait a minute. He said, Abraham, stop what you're doing. He said, now I know. Wait a minute, I thought God knew everything. But he had to know it. He going to perform this like he said. He want to see, are you going to choose your family or you going to choose me? You going to choose the covenant or you going to choose your family? And he's seen this in Abraham. A lot of us choose our family.
That's right.
Abraham said, look, I'm finna kill that cat. He had his hand, drew about to kill him. But he had to see something in Abraham, just like he sees something in us. See if you worthy to be in his kingdom. Go ahead.
For now I know that thou fearest God, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, from me.
He keeps saying only. Why? Because that was the child of the covenant. It wasn't through Hagar and Abraham, which is Ishmael. It was through Abraham and Sarah. He ran it the way he wanted to run it. Jump down to verse 15. Go ahead.
And the angel of the Lord called unto Abraham out of heaven the second time, and said, By myself have I sworn, saith the Lord, for because thou hast done this thing, and hast not withheld thy son, thine only son.
You notice how God keeps saying that only. There's a reason for that. He was in a covenant with him. Go ahead.
That in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of the heaven,
Yes, sir.
and as the sand which is upon the seashore. And thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
And in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice.
He had to see something. He had to see something, just like he sees something with you. When you coming up in your little time, see if you're going to do what God tell you to do, see if you're going to lie, see if you're going to steal, see if you're going to kill, see all that. He looking at it all. Abraham had to have faith in God. If he killed the boy, God can raise him back up. See, we so small-minded. We think, oh man, I'm going to kill my son, I'm going to miss him. God can say, boy, get up. Heal just like that. Too many times he done done this. Lazarus, all these people, get up. But we so fixated on loving that person so much, we don't care nothing about God and his covenant. Nothing. Like, that's the last time I'm gonna see my kids. That's the last time I'm gonna see my, whatever it is. You don't go against God. And God seen something in Abraham. He didn't go against his covenant. Let's go to Matthew chapter 12 and verse 46. I'm gonna show you something. God don't care about no kinfolk. He don't care about call that your mama. He only recognizes the ones who do his will. Mama going to hell if she don't obey this covenant. Mama and grandma going to hell if she don't obey the covenant. Most of us, and we faking this, we going to hell too. Period. Because you can tell when your back against the wall, somebody pressuring you and doing something, and you don't keep the laws of the covenant, you go with them. Oh, I see something right there, man. I see who she like. Oh, I see who he like. He wrote them. Or she wrote them. This thing is serious. The children of the covenant. Matthew chapter 12, verse 46. Let me show y'all God don't care about kinfolk. He don't care if you got blood. Oh, that's my blood. I got to do that. He ain't got to do jack. But obey these laws, period. Verse 46. Go ahead.
While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without desiring to speak with him.
This is Jesus when he was inside the temple talking to the people of the temple, the priests. His mother came and said, we don't see you, Jesus. And listen what Jesus said. Go ahead.
Then one said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee.
So your mama, she want to see you. Go ahead.
But he answered and said unto him that told him, Who is my mother and who are my brethren?
Man, who are my mother and my brother? Go ahead. Listen to how he distinguished his mother and his brother. Go ahead.
And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, Behold my mother and my brethren.
He said, the ones that his disciple mean that you doing what he tells you. If you're a disciple, that male or female, you doing what he tells you to do. That's a disciple. Follow Christ. Go ahead.
For whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother.
That's all he recognized. The will is the law, the covenant. That's it. He said, your mom and brother want to see you, Jesus. You're like, who is my mother and brother? He said, those who do the will of his Father. This is our family up in here. Period. But so many of us trying to gravitate to our blood kin. Believe me, your blood kin gonna get you cut off. They're gonna get you cut off because you follow them more than you follow this book. We clear so far? Let's go to Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 6. Let me show y'all God covenant in the New Testament haven't changed. Like I said before, most people read this Bible without any understanding. Then when you try to figured out in your way, you mess it up. You jack it up. We're making sure that we understand this. Our covenant don't change, his laws don't change at all. We got to be children of him to get in. If you're looking for friends to be with you, that y'all can walk together and get in the kingdom together, your faith is in the wrong place. If you're looking for family to walk together with you to get in the kingdom, your faith is in the wrong place. You will hope that, but your main objective is to make sure you're doing what this law says. That's it. You're an individual when you stand before God. You're an individual. I'm an individual. Verse 6. Let me show y'all how the covenant never changes. And people reading this Hebrew chapter, they can think that he's talking about doing away with the law. Go ahead, brother.
But now has he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises.
This is talking about Jesus. He's the mediator for us. He comes between God, the Father, and us. He's the mediator. It's a better ordinance of the covenant because a lot of stuff we did back then in the Old Testament, we had to have the blood of everything. Like the blood of a lamb, blood of a ram, so we can have forgiveness of sin. God made it better for us to stand in the comfort of our own home and say, forgive me for doing this in the name of Jesus, whatever we sin. He's the mediator for us. Go ahead.
For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second.
What is a covenant? It's a contract. He said, for that first covenant was faultless, there was no place for the second. Meaning that he had made a covenant with a set of people. He's going to tell you here, keep going.
For finding fault with them, he said, behold, the days come, says the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
Wait a minute. He said finding fault with the covenant? No. Finding fault with them. The people. The covenant never changes. That's right. Never changes. Well, people take you in and say, see, he did away with the old covenant, which is all the laws in the Old Testament, and he established a new covenant when Jesus died on the cross. I done heard all this stuff. And I believe it. This is what he say here. Keep going.
Verse 9. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt.
Yes, sir.
Because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, says the Lord.
See, the Lord was with Israel in the wilderness, and when he took them out of Egypt, he was there with them. He said, I ain't going to do it that way. I'm not going to be with you like that. Not going to be with you like that. Go ahead.
For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, says the Lord.
Do y'all notice something here? He telling you he's going to make a new covenant, but it's the same people. Israel. That's who it runs through. Israel. He said, for this is the covenant I will make with the house of Israel. He didn't have fault with, per se, the covenant. He had fault with the people back then. Like in the wilderness, he had to kill a bunch of us, our people, because we didn't follow. We were murmuring. He killed some with snakes. He killed some with that quail, that chicken in their mouth. Remember that? He killed them all because they were murmuring. He had fault with them. And some of them didn't even get out the wilderness because they died there for complaining. He had fault with them, not his covenant. Want to make sure people understand that. Go ahead.
For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, says the Lord.
So he's going to tell you what is the covenant. What is the covenant? Go ahead.
I will make my law. I will put my laws into their mind.
That's the covenant. Back then, he led them out by the hand. He told them, put fringes on your garment. He told them, he had Moses there. He was there. He will follow them. He ain't going to do it like that no more. He said, I'm going to put the laws in your heart, meaning your mind. You're going to be able to remember more now. I'm going to increase your knowledge so you can remember these laws. Go ahead.
I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts. And I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people.
The laws ain't went nowhere. That's the bond of the covenant, the laws. But people saying, look, see, right here, man, you get away with that covenant, man. Jump down to verse 13, read that, verse 13. This is what they go to, go ahead.
In that he said, a new covenant, he has made the first old. Now that which decayeth and waxes old is ready to vanish away.
They say, oh, that first covenant, the laws, them old, wax away. Y'all, you don't even understand the book. You don't understand it at all. He's not talking about he did away with his law or his covenant. He's talking about the covenant with